Water, fire, earth, air. Long ago, the four nations— Y'all know the fucking story, let's do this! Spoilers beware! So let's quickly recap the new players this season. Toph Beifong, the—
I am the greatest earthbender in the world!
I love her. Azula, the chick you just love to hate and worry will somehow find a way to kill you even though she's fictional. Mei, the incarnation of our generation's sense of humor. Ty Lee, an adorably kick-ass girl who deserves so much better than Azula. Hashtag justice for Ty Lee. Wan Shitong, the most terrifying dragon owl thing ever. My god, get it away. Professor Zay. He dies. Earth King Quay, who is more useless than a fucking brick, and his bear Bosco.
You mean platypus bear?
Skunk bear.
Armadillo bear? Gopher bear?
Just bear.
This place is weird.
Don't get attached. And Long Fang, who inspires as many dick jokes as the Dai Li inspires terror. So we start off with Aang having nightmares in which he sees all the times he's gone into the Avatar state. After we bid goodbye to Pakku and Katara gets some special Spirit Oasis water, remember this for later, we head off to meet with General Fong for an escort to Omashu so King Bumi can teach Aang earthbending. Problem is, Fong wants Aang to use the Avatar state to kill the Fire Lord like yesterday, and goes nuts trying to trigger it. It's then that we learn that the Avatar state channels every Avatar through the current one, but if Aang is killed while in the Avatar state, then the Avatar cycle will be permanently broken, and we'll all die. We head to Omashu on our own, only to find it's been taken over by the Fire Nation. King Bumi instructs Aang to find someone who's mastered neutral Jing, one of like 85 Jings, someone who waits and listens before striking. And so we head on and eventually meet Toph Beifong, also known as the Blind Bandit. She uses earthbending to see despite her blindness, and she could definitely give King Bumi a run for his money. And so, after some misadventures, Toph runs away from her overprotective family to teach Aang. Meanwhile, Zuko and Iroh are on the run, as now they're considered traitors to the Fire Nation. Azula, along with her BFFLs, Ty Lee and Mei, have been hunting them. Zuko sees the brutality of his country's war firsthand, but it doesn't really seem to register for him. Don't worry, it will. Eventually, Zuko decides to split off from his uncle, and we see in flashbacks just how awful his childhood really was. Iroh became close with Zuko because his own son died in the siege of Ba Sing Se. Meanwhile, Azula was always a violent little bitch, and Zuko's loving mother Ursa disappeared one night after Zuko's father Ozai angered the previous Fire Lord Azulon, apparently enough to have Ozai murder Zuko. The fuck is wrong with this family? Meanwhile, Aang's having trouble with earthbending since he's an airbender, but hey, it's time for field trips to
The library!
But no, really, we head into the desert with this eccentric-ass Professor Zay, who dies, and meet the creepiest fucking owl ever. Seriously, this feels like a horror movie. Thank God Shyamalan didn't make it to the second movie, because I don't want to see what monstrosity he would have created. We learn about an upcoming eclipse that'll negate firebending, allowing for the perfect chance to attack the Fire Nation and end the war. Only one problem. While the others were in the library, Toph had to keep the library from sinking into the sand, allowing sandbender bandits to kidnap Appa, leaving them stranded in the middle of the Si Wong Desert, and Aang furious. Once we escape the desert, we head to Ba Sing Se, and along the way reunite with Suki and watch the miracle of birth, then arrive just in time to stop the Fire Nation from literally drilling into the city. Literally, they have a giant fucking drill. But once that's done, we find Ba Sing Se is pretty damn creepy. Eventually, it's discovered that the Earth King is just a figurehead, and the real power in the capital belongs to Long Feng and the Dai Li, essentially a secret police. They've forbidden any mention of the war to maintain peace, but really, it's so Long Feng can remain in power. And not only is he essentially stopping Team Avatar from making a plan to end the war, but he's also brainwashed a returned Jet into becoming his spy and kidnapped Appa. We head into the Dai Li's headquarters beneath Lake Laogai, where Iroh convinces Zuko to free Appa so they can start a new life opening a tea shop at Ba Sing Se. Jet's killed by Long Feng, but the team escapes after reuniting with everyone's favorite sky bison, and we storm the royal palace and eventually manage to convince the Earth King to arrest Long Feng. But it ain't over, as the Dai Li are still loyal to him. And all the while, Zula's team defeated the Kyoshi warriors and are now posing as them in the capital, forming an alliance with Long Feng and learning about the invasion plan during the eclipse. Aang heads to the Eastern Air Temple to meet with a guru to master the Avatar state. Sokka goes to Chameleon Bay to see his and Katara's father, and Toph goes to meet with her parents, only to be imprisoned by bounty hunters. Luckily, Toph escapes, learning to metal bend in the process, which has literally never been done before.
Greatest earthbender!
But all's not well, as Azula imprisons Katara and Momo in the crystal catacombs beneath the city, then does the same with Zuko while Iroh escapes. All the generals are also captured by the Dai Li. Aang and Ko return, and while Aang and Iroh head into the catacombs, Toph and Sokka head to the palace, only to be captured in a prison along with the Earth King. In the catacombs, Katara and Zuko end up bonding over what the war's done to both of them, only for the moment to be killed in its cradle when Aang and Iroh arrive. Aang and Katara head out, but Azula and the Dai Li capture Iroh and present Zuko with an ultimatum: join us or share Iroh's fate. And of course, Zuko chooses God fucking damn it, show. So shit's bad, and Aang and Katara are outmatched by Zuko, Azula, and the Dai Li. Aang tries to go into the Avatar state, only to be shot by lightning and rendered unconscious. Iroh steps in, allowing Katara to escape with Aang, but is captured. Sokka and Toph manage to escape with Quay, and the group reunites and escapes Ba Sing Se on Appa. Katara's spirit oasis water is able to heal Aang and save his life, but he's still out of it. The Avatar is believed to be dead, and the Earth Kingdom has fallen. My god, they pulled the fall of Beacon before RWBY was even a thing. Fuck. What did you expect, honestly? The show is perfect, and what worked well in Book 1 has been amplified tenfold. There's not a moment in the season that feels useless or unenjoyable. Zuko and Iroh might not be on the hunt for Aang, but their story, thanks to both Iroh's insight into the four elements and how much he cares for his nephew, along with Zuko's terrible struggle figuring out what he wants, is more investing than ever. Not to mention the show managed to escalate the tension with the war by having Omashu, the great city we loved in the first season, conquered by the Fire Nation, along with that giant drill that nearly made it into Ba Sing Se. We also get some great political intrigue through Long Feng and the Dai Li. It's amazing to see threats not only from the Fire Nation, but from the people who are supposed to be our allies in this war. Book 2 not only improves on what Book 1 built, but removes all senses of security we once had and proving just how mature the series truly is. By the end of the story, we've seen our hero's chance of ending the war and stopping the Fire Nation destroyed, and had a near scare of Aang, this world's last hope, nearly dying. Even Zuko, who we think would be redeemed, makes the wrong choice, and that's why this show's so brilliant, and why so many people still enjoy it years later. And of course, we get more moments like Aang being furious with Appa's kidnapping, followed by his struggle to keep hope, along with basically any scene involving Toph or Azula. Can we talk real quick about how great a villain Azula is? She's smart, fierce, and unyielding. Even Iroh understands that this girl is unstable, and she is out to kill. She's a great follow-up antagonist after Zhao, and an intriguing character considering her friendships with Mei and Ty Lee, and her relationship with Zuko, or should I say Zuzu. So all in all, Book 2 is phenomenal. It takes everything great from Book 1, ironed out the little mistakes, and blew our fucking minds. And now it's time for a traditional funny moment section, because after that ending, Lord knows we fucking need it. Me when I find typos in my manuscript even though it's the fucking 4th draft.
You make a fine octopus, Pupil Aang.
Beware my arms.
Oh my shoe.
Me when I stub my toe.
God damn it, Gord!
Oh, macaole berries that cause blindness.
Toph could probably test those for you.
If the Fire Nation discovers us, we'll be turned over to Azula.
Earth Kingdom it is.
Same. You know, I never noticed Aang has gray eye. Wait, is he a silver-eyed warrior? Does this mean that RWBY is an avatar?
My mom always makes too much roast duck.
Where do you live exactly?
I can confirm this is how I befriend people. Food is magical.
How are you gonna fight without your bending?
I seem to manage.
Yes! Enjoy the review? Glad to hear it. Want to murder me to release your anger, then sacrifice me to the internet gods? Hit the dislike button. It's still interaction. I've got a review for Book 3 Fire next Friday, and if you're not into RWBY, be sure to check out my So You Wanna Get Into RWBY video. I'm the Unicorn of War, and this has been a shit show.